Hi guys, this is Todd. Here on your, this is how we do it. As far as using some leftovers up, we're at a farmer's casserole. We used to make this at the Hilton using leftover stuff like old baked potatoes, and if you had leftover bacon or sausage or ham, there we usually used ham. Egg noodles when we had them left over, and they served as a brunch dish because it has eggs and meat and potatoes in it, so it works out good for that. But you can eat it any time of day. Great way to use up your leftovers. You can use, we're going to use sausage in ours. You could use bacon, ham, any kind of meat. Potatoes are good in it, so we didn't have any leftover bake, so we're going to bake some potatoes real quick in the microwave. Take some eggs, onions, and these are just egg noodles, but you can use any kind of spaghetti noodles or anything you want. And then of course my favorite three things, garlic, salt, pepper. So see if we can do this in 10 minutes or less. I'm going to start by the longest thing first, which is getting the potatoes baked in the nuker. Microwave them for about 5 minutes, maybe 6. Just want to get them soft so we can get them peeled and used. So let me get that going here. We'll do 6. Most of my time will be on that then. So next we're going to use our pan here and fry up some sausage and onions and some butter. You can use grease, you can use whatever you want. We like butter, so butter's good. It's our friend. Let's drop a blob in the pan. Now whenever you're doing any kind of sauce, this is all considered sauteing. So when you're doing sauteing, make sure your pan's hot when you throw your stuff in so it doesn't stick. So make sure the butter's nice and hot and keep it from sticking. You can use non-stick pans if you get them hot enough. So the onions are going to take the longest to get clarified or clear, so they get more sweet than hot at that point. And again, you can use any kind of onion. You can put as much onion or as little onion or no onion. It's totally up to you. If you don't like onion, don't put it in. You could add other things like mushrooms to it. Put asparagus in it. We've had it with that before.
Yeah, this is just a simple one.
So this is using the least amount of items that people usually have, which is potato, onion, and a beet. I'm going to place these up fairly small. Just like all the other cooking places, you slice it this way first. Makes it easy to get your smaller pieces because it's already dicing them at that point. Just keeping it fairly small. You want them to cook fairly quick here. The pan's going nice and hot pretty quick. And once I get those in the pan, we'll do the sausage. Get that melted a little quicker. One thing I'll show you while that's getting hot there, let me get a bowl. Some people don't know what real eggs look like and store-bought eggs. Are these a store-bought? Mm-hmm. These are? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is a store-bought egg. We have our own chicken, so our kids like the fresh eggs better. I'll show you the difference here. Now our chickens they're free range. We feed them corn, but they also eat right out of the grass, which helps these get a lot more orange. You can see the difference in color from the free range chickens that eat a lot of grass. They get real nice and orange and really rich yolks versus store-bought that have very little flavor on them. So that's going to be a mix we're going to put in at the end. So it's going to make an egg part of that. I'm going to salt and pepper it. Everything's going to get salt and pepper. Again, always keep a steel out if you got one to keep your knife sharp. You're less likely to cut yourself if you know your knife is sharp, because you're going to be a lot more careful. When your knife is dull, you get kind of lazy and then cut yourself really easily. Amazing enough, in restaurants, it's always the dull knife that cut people. The sharp knife, people are more careful. We got the onion in. It's on high, heating up as quick as it can here. Sorry, I had it on medium. I'm gonna get that up on high. We're gonna do salt, pepper, and garlic again. Don't forget, if you like our stuff, comment, try it at home, see what you think. Got potatoes going still behind us. Now I'm gonna get this sausage out. If you're using leftover bacon, you can just chop it up. Don't fry it too long because you don't want it to get really hard. Now you can cut these any way you want. Everyone here likes some smaller pieces, so we're gonna cut them in like strips. Then we'll cut those down one more time. So we're gonna get these diced up because these are just gonna heat up. It's a pre-cooked sausage. once those onions get going, it'll go real fast here. The noodles are also cooked, so those are just kind of heat up too. The eggs are kind of make a texture to it when you get it in there. Check our potatoes. See how they're looking. Even though they're in it yet. The onions are looking pretty good. Now once you start getting clear, it's called crystallizing your onions or caramelizing your onions. They start getting sweet instead of being spicy. These are looking really good right now. We also want to get our potatoes in this mix so that they get nice and onion flavored up. Get them nice and spread out. We'll let that cook for a minute again. Mix up the eggs, get those ready. Well, that one egg looks kind of frozen. It's kind of cold up here right now, so get them out there for more than about 7 or 8 hours. They do get frozen, but you can see the difference in yolks here with the farm fresh ones mixing in versus the one that's really light in there. It's almost orange at this point. So we got the taters out. We want to keep kind of watching these onions now. They're getting real caramelized. So we'll get some meat in there to start heating up. Dump that in. Turn that down a little bit. We're going to put the potatoes in real quick in cold water. That's going to make that skin come off a lot easier. So we're at 6 minutes right now on the meal. Sometimes it just peels right off when you get it that way.
Yeah, that's very easy when you put some cold water right on it.
That's my meat. Yeah, we're just kind of pushing the skin off. Okay, got all that. You see they're still really hot. They just came out. Finish it in 3 more minutes here. We should be good. So again, everything is cooked except for the egg at this point. That one's really hot. But I should have rinsed that a little bit longer. Okay, everything's looking nice and brown. We're just going to kind of cut these in cubes. All those little pieces that are in there. Just again, give it more potato texture and flavor in the dish. You can cut them smaller, but you don't want to get too mushed up. And this, even this little bit of stuff we're all throwing together here will end up being enough for 4 people at least. So now that we know that that's getting all nice and good, we're at about 8 minutes. We're going to put those noodles in.
And again, no measurements. We just do it how we like it.
You can always put more noodles, less noodles. You can use angel hair noodles. These egg noodles we eat a lot with our soups. They're the smaller versions. Okay, well let's go on. We'll pick up on this real quick. So again, now we're back to frying. We're going to do salt and pepper again. So now you got a lot of stuff in there. You got to season it with all those other noodles. Garlic. If you're not good at flipping, you can use your spatula. Sorry, I carried away on those. Once you get that confidence to flip them, you'll feel better about it. Don't be afraid. You want to pretend like you're throwing it halfway to the ceiling. Just make sure when you go to catch it, you bring your pan down with it so it doesn't splatter in the pan.
Make a little hole.
Okay, now that should already be getting pretty warm. We're just doing noodles, so that's another minute hole in the middle. So all we're going to do is dump some egg in there.
Butter.
Not on this one. It's already got butter in there, so it should be good. And again, a little more salt and pepper, because you just added more ingredients. Every time you add ingredients, you keep adding seasoning, because you're taking all that and spreading it out.
Don't want to overdo it, so some people have to try in between, taste it.
Don't be afraid to taste your food. You should be tasting it. If you're afraid to taste it, then you probably don't want to serve it.
We're cooking first time because we already know kind of what we like.
So we're just cooking these so they're a little bit loose. Yeah, they're starting to form some egg here, and we're going to toss it together, and it's going to make like a, it's going to start sticking to everything. They look nice and juicy. You don't want to get them too dry. So it looks like we're done at just at 10 minutes, so everything looks nice. We're just ready to go and serve it. Hope you enjoy the dish. Make sure you try it, like us, comment, try it with some other ingredients, let us know how it comes out for you. And there you go. Nice
All right, kids, dinner's ready.